What's up, everyone? Good evening. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live. I'm Ben Klein. I am the commish, and tonight is our Week 8 recap edition. We're over halfway in. We are now in the playoff run. Week 8 is over, so let's take a peek. First, let's give out the call-in number. Write it down, save it. It ain't going to change. It's the same number I've had since I've lived in Florida. So, it's not going to change. If you've got something you want to get off your chest, your football team's tanking, your fantasy team's tanking, you want to talk smack to next week's opponent, you want to talk smack to the first place team, whatever you so decide. Yes, we know your team sucks, Corey. So do the Packers. But Cheesehead sucks much worse than the Packers do. We all know it. So, sorry. Yeah, we'll just lay it out there. So, like I said, Week 8 is in the books. We're officially in the home stretch of the 2016 Hardcore Challenge regular season. Are you still alive in the playoff race? Or do you feel it slipping away? The list of owners that you can throw dirt on is starting to grow. Roid Ragers, 5-3 Bandits, Donkey Punch are the first three on the list. You three aren't dead yet, but they're already starting to throw dirt on the body. So, I mean, there's a chance you might stand up out of that hole, but we all really doubt it. Then it would be a damn miracle. You'd have to run the table and expect things to fall into place. So, man, you start grabbing them 6th losses, you're done. Roid Ragers, you're 1-7. So I can safely say your season is over. So, moving on. The group of 3 and 5 owners is just one loss away from looking forward to 2017 as well. I believe that would be you, Cheesehead. You would be in that group. We would have the Bison Broncos, the defending champions, in that group. We would also have King Salami, one of our rookie owners, in that group. And we also have Vandalay Industries and another defending champ, I Am Groot, in the 3-5 owners group as well. Those owners are one loss away from their season pretty much being over. You get 6 losses in the Hardcore Challenge, and you're pretty well done. 5 is hard to bounce back from. 6, statistically, you're done. There's been a couple teams that have squeezed in, but statistically, you're done. So, with that being said, overall, it was another great week in the Hardcore Challenge. So let's recap the awesomeness that was Week 8 in the Hardcore Challenge. Let's start off taking a look at the Great White North Division. In the Great White North Division, you had, I'm thinking, Arby's bouncing back after they got the tie last week and pulling a win. See, spoken like a typical Packers fan, you're throwing it in already, Corey. You can't throw it in already. Look at me. I started out this season 0-4, and now I have won 4 straight games. It is never, ever over. Especially at 3-5. You could go 9-5. I mean, you're in a crappy division. You're getting ready to take your second run at all your division teams, so you could absolutely still be in it. Don't give up yet. Alrighty, moving back to the Great White North. This is a 2-horse race. You've got I'm Thinking Arby's, you got Johnsonville Brats. Johnsonville Brats just shot me a crazy trade, which I didn't really understand about an hour ago. They wanted Carson Palmer for Phillip Rivers, straight up. And Carson Palmer is my quarterback, and he's on bye this week. So I don't know if they think Carson Palmer down the stretch is going to be better than Phillip Rivers, but even though the Chargers suck, Phillip Rivers puts up stats, and he's scored almost 50 more fantasy points this season than Carson Palmer. He's thrown more touchdowns, and he's thrown for more yards. So damn straight, I accepted that trade. Thank you, Johnsonville Brats. That may help me in my playoff push. Goodbye, Carson Palmer. I'm rolling with Tyrod Taylor now and Phillip Rivers down the stretch. So we'll see how that works out. But as I was saying, the Great White North is a 2-horse race. You've got I'm Thinking Arby's sitting at 6-1-1, sitting At 5-3, right behind them is Johnsonville Brats. You've got 3-4-1 Skull Crushers, which is just a shocker to me. I really thought they were the team I had picked to win this division, and they're just they're going down the toilet. Maybe they get the luck of a stat correction, since they are currently sitting in a tie at 138 and 138 with Pale Horsemen. But we will see. Pale Horsemen is another team that is in a toilet bowl currently. They came out of the gate 5-0. They were number 1 ranked on the power rankings. They were the team to beat. Since, they've lost 2 in a row, back-to-back games of the week. And right now, they're sitting looking at a tie staring them in the face. So it's 3 games in a row after starting off 5-0 that they've been unable to grab a win. And in that time, Oski Assassins, yearly winner, yearly powerhouse, has creeped up behind them at 4-4 and aren't out of it. So Pale Horsemen, who had the gigantic lead, had a full 3-game lead, is pissing it away. And right now, Oski Assassins is knocking on the door, looking to climb in and possibly again steal this division crown. We'll see if Willie can hold him off. That one's going to be a crazy race. It's going to be a crazy race. All right. The upset of the week was by far, I think, Tama Tears taking down the Beaver Street Roar in the game of the week. Even though this was the game of the week, I predicted this to be a big win for the Beaver Street Roar. They failed me, though, miserably, as I fall to 5-3 in my game of the week predictions. Matt. I thought, well, Matt Herron, excuse me, it was Matt Keep against Matt Herron, so it could have distinguished the Matt. But Mr. Herron, I thought for sure had this in the bag. He was on a winning streak. He'd won 5 in a row. I thought for sure he was going to take down Tama Tears. But Tama Tears was up to the challenge. In an epic battle between first and 5th highest scoring teams of the week, Tama Tears defeated Beaver Street Roar 185 to 143. The Beaver Street Roar falls to 5-3, and that puts an end to their 5-game winning streak, as I said. Tama Tears, who is now 5-3, moves into sole possession of first place in the Wild West. They are averaging 133.5 points per game this season and are looking like they could be the lead dog to repeat in the Wild West Division. Now, looking at the Wild West Division, this is shaking out to be a 2-horse race as well. Stinky Pinky looked like, after they grabbed that tie last week, looked like they were going to step up and be the team to beat again. But then they come out and they drop a game to Renegade Misfits that nobody's seen them losing. So that just makes you wonder a little about Stinky Pinky's roster. Is he still dealing with the draft day issues? He said that was far behind him as he was scoring all those points, so he can't really use that anymore. So we'll see. It's a very interesting race. You've got a half a game between the two of them. That is a very, very tight division race. Tama Tears is the defending champ. It came down to that tiebreaker and the crazy rule thing last year that sent Tama Tears. Since we have changed the rule, so that one's going to be a tight one. Now, like I said last week, the game of the week was going to have a lot of implications on 2 divisions. The other division it had big implications on was the Dirty South division. With the Beaver Street Roar dropping one, and the hot Renegade Misfits, who have won 3 straight. You've got Des Caudet, who has won 2 straight. That puts all 3 of them tied at 5-3 and 2 games behind the streaking and now number 1 on the power rankings. Again, They See Me Rollin'. Joe has his team looking great. They're 7-1. It's coming my way this week. Big Mac Attack has won 4 straight. We're looking to make it 5. And if I can knock off They See Me Rollin' this week and drop them to 7-2, I would move to 5-4. And the other 3 that are sitting tied for second, if any of them wins, all of a sudden this is a 1-game race. So this is a huge game for me and the Dirty South this week. It's a must-win. It's a must-win for me, and the other 3 owners better be rooting for me to win because They See Me Rollin' needs to freaking lose. They're 7-1, and they've won 3 straight. So they're hot. But They do got some bye issues, I believe. They might still be dealing with, and they're a little weak at quarterback. I mean, he's rolling with Osweiler and Landry Jones. I do believe he's starting Landry Jones this week. So that is not a strong quarterback at the helm of the number one team in the league. But he's pretty well stacked at other positions. So we'll see how it works out. But I have made 3 trades over the last week, and Big Mac Attack is a changed team. So we will see. We will see. So that's really all we have for tonight. Did a little recap of all the divisions, broke down the game of the week. Like I said, there's some strong separation in all 4 of our divisions right now. The Dirty South is really the only one that you can look at and say it's not a 2-team race. The other 3 divisions are pretty much 2-team races right now. Who's going to win that division? It's coming down to looking like 2 in each division. Except for the Dirty South. The Dirty South is still a muddy mess, but we're all chasing They See Me Rolling. So, be sure you tune in tomorrow night. We're going to break down and unveil our game of the week. We'll break it down positionally. I may even have a couple interviews for you tomorrow. We'll see. But I'd like to point out, you 2 owners out there that still have the gray helmets, take care of that business, man. Get a logo. Remember, trade deadline next week, November 11th. Man, if you're going to make the playoffs, you better make a move. Week 9 is here. Are you ready for the challenge? Good luck. Game on.